Hello everybody, it is hay mowing time. I did a poll and the 271, it is gonna at least try to mow hay. My hay mower, according to the literature, should have an 80 horsepower tractor. And as you might guess, the 270 is supposed to be about 70 horsepower and gasoline powered with a disc mower. That's probably something you don't see terribly often. So I thought it'd be kind of neat, but I put that option out there. So we gotta get the scraper blade off the back, check everything out, get the hitch bolted on, and should be able to go mow some hay. Well, you'd think she'd been running. I don't know what. Last time I started it was moving snow. I'd pulled the shaft out already, and then I thought to myself, gee, Chris, you could include this on switching these. So snap ring, pretty straightforward, and it's gonna come fine now. Years of not being removed. It was pretty stiff at first. Let's see. So I say it's coming now, but just tapping on it and pulling at the same time. A lot of times, let's see, it's getting stiff there. There we go. That little bit of tapping helps get things a wiggling. And then you might be saying to yourself, how do you know it's a dual speed? Well, let's see if we can, if this picks this up. But you'll notice there are, hopefully, that you'll notice that there are two sets of splines in there. They're the same size, but there's a gap between them. The inner one are your 1000, the other ones are your 540. If you don't have that inner set, you've got a single speed unit. Don't try to put a 1000 shaft in it, because there's a cap back in there that keeps the transmission oil in place. And you put a long shaft in a 1000 shaft in a single speed 540 unit, you'll push that cap out and the oil will come a flooding. So let's get a 1000 shaft and put her in. Here's what a 1000 shaft for a 1650, 1655, 270, even a white American. I just pulled this one out of the white, or the American, looks like. Notice the lack of splines here, because it would engage both at the same time. And because of that, let's get a little oil on them. You have to turn it. And of course I got the PTO brake on. Loosen that up a little. Since the two sets of splines turn at different rates, they're not going to be lined up. You got to turn it until they are, while pushing in, which is not, you know, something you can do with a GoPro in your hand. There it goes. Push her in. Put the snap ring on, and she is good to go. No gear shifting or anything on these small frame Olivers. Boy, just like that, we are ready on that part. Okay, hooked up. I think we're ready to try it. Got the transport locks unlocked, and my brother decided to participate in No Mow May. Not that he's a tree hugger, I just don't think he wanted to mow his lawn. So now I'm going to. We'll try this out there first.
right, before we get too far from the shop, let's see how she spins up. The head might be a little heavy. The hitch is a little lower on this tractor than the 1755 or the 1850. We'll give her a whirl. I might need to readjust those springs. So far, so good. It's a pretty hot day, and she was running a little warm, and then I also, the alternator wanted to chirp when it first started charging, so I'm like, well, better tighten that belt. That'll probably help with cooling too, and maybe this will show up better if we go around to the other side. Oh yeah, that should make a difference. Ah, the water pump bearing is loose. Surprised it's not leaking. But we can't run her that way. That's just asking for trouble. So I got a little bit of a run. It did all right. But I'll have to switch to something else because, like I say, I doubt I have a water pump on hand, and we can't run her that way. That's just asking for bad things. So wish I could have gotten more footage. Part of me wants to go run a little bit more, but that would just be crazy. That water bearing, pump bearing could go out and put the fan in the radiator, chew up the housing, get expensive. Uh-oh, here comes Mrs. Oliver guy. I better wrap things up. It's lunchtime. So I guess we'll go with the second highest vote getter, and Ophelia will get to mow hay next. Second runner up. Bridesmaid, not the bride, but she's gonna get to dance. All hooked up. I'm just gonna top off the fuel since the gauge ain't working. Make sure I've got enough. Don't need another problem today. We can go mow some hay. Stretch my legs a little bit. Let's go see how things are growing. I kind of miss spraying this little corner here. This is good. I'm glad I did a burn down of the cover crop. That would have been sucking up a lot of moisture if I'd waited to kill it. We definitely could use some rain. see green rows. Let's go see how the beans are. That's the last field I planted right over there. Oh, they are just starting to pop out. Right there, some. There. Not sure how well they show up on camera, but they are just starting to emerge. So that's good, because this wasn't sure how, thought there was enough moisture down there to get them going, but you never know. There's some. A few more days, this should really green up. But nothing, a shot of rain sure wouldn't hurt. I'm doing my rain dance. Yep, these were a week ago today. There. The stuff on top ain't germinating for some reason. There we go. First cutting is mowed. Maybe that'll make it rain. In the meantime, I appreciate everybody watching, and we will see you in the next one.